welcome back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBabe. I am MovieBabe, and in this video, I'm going to be recapping and reviewing episode 1 of season 2, All the Queen's Men. But before we get to it though, I want y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on MovieBabe, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that's the type of content that you like, you might as well hit the subscribe button and stick around. A couple of my other series regulars that I review are College Hill Celebrity Edition, as well as P-Valley, okay? So make sure y'all hit the subscribe button and stick around for my commentary. All right, so if this is your first time finding my channel, hi, welcome. When I review series, I don't necessarily go in chronological order of how it happened in the episode, but more so I group everything together by storyline. Don't worry, you're gonna get every storyline, all the content, and all the commentary, okay? So without further ado, let's get into episode 1, Amplified. All right, so y'all know season 1 ended off with Madam accidentally shooting Amp when she gave Kat a warning shot to get the fuck out of my house. So Tommy brings Amp into the house and lays him on the table. Tommy then proceeds to say, I'm gonna take this bullet out. Amp is obviously freaking out, but Madam's like, calm down. Tommy's done this before. She shows her little bullet wound, which we don't see. Comment if you saw it, because I didn't, but you know, I understood what they were trying to say. So she was like, just calm down. They give him some pain pills and they wash it down with, I believe, alcohol, which might not come back being a good thing. However, Tommy starts to extract the bullet with a butcher's knife. Okay, I'm like, bruh, if you've done this before, shouldn't you have some type of utensils, some type of doctor tools in your kit or something? You know what I'm saying? But meantime, Madam is on the phone while Amp is hooping and hollering and yelling, and she calls someone, it was titled Goon, to pick up a girl and stand by. All right, so Madam leaves, but later Tommy decides to take Amp to the hospital because he was losing a lot of blood. When Amp gets out of the car, doctors and nurses rush to him, and one of the nurses is his ex's mom. Wow. So you know she's going to be faced with that internal conflict. Like, should I save him and do my job, or should I let him die because he killed my daughter? All right. So let's go ahead and figure out where Madam went to. We see Madam taking out some chains, chained them to a car, went to the front door of a house, chained them to the house, gets back in the car and pulls the doors off of the house. We come to find out that it's Judge Ross's house, okay? She shows Judge Ross the videos where she was having sex with Babyface. And she tells the judge, like, I don't know what you need to do, but you need to get Blue out of prison, like, right now. Her husband, Harry, comes out, and Madam shows Harry all the evidence as well. Okay, but that still is not enough to prevent them from wanting to call the police. So while they have their phone in their hand, Madam is like, oh yeah, pick up that line. And they're like, huh, it's our daughter. She's like, yeah, you might want to answer that. So they answer the phone, and we find out that Madam has had their daughter kidnapped and held hostage until they are able to get Blue out of jail. So the judge, she got bucked. She was like, fuck you, you a bitch, and da-da-da-da. And then Madam pulled that gun out, and she was like, what was that? The judge said, I'm gonna need more than 15 minutes. I fucking thought so, bitch. You got an hour, okay? I got the strip club. Y'all know the strip club was basically left unattended, right? Because Blue was in jail and Dime got her ass knocked out, okay? But the show must go on. So after their performance, Babyface sees his shug and she's still trying to apologize to him, but he doesn't go for it. I personally agree with his decision because she was too controlling. Like, she had his house. I mean, she was paying for the apartment, popping up over there when she wanted to. She paid for the car, repoed that shit as soon as he didn't do something that she liked. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a good thing that he is out of that relationship. But something tells me that it might come back and bite him in the ass. So during that night as well, there's a girl who's watching Midnight, right? And she basically was like, I want to go to VIP, but I'm broke. She only had $200. So Midnight was like, you know what? I could see what I could do for $200. Yeah, he takes her back to the locker room and then they smash. Wow. Like, people really out here paying strippers for sex? Well, while Doc is with some clients, the bouncer comes up and was like, yo, Doc, whose car did you roll up in today? And of course, Doc was being all reserved, like, mind your business. But he was like, okay, well, I'm just here to let you know, somebody outside circling it. So Doc gets dressed and he goes outside. The person who's circling the car is Teresa's husband. Y'all know Teresa, the ex that came back in his life and he found out that he might have a baby with. Yeah, Teresa. Her husband, though, is there. He confronts Doc. He's like, are you sleeping with my wife? And the whole time Doc is like, look, that's between you and your wife. You need to go talk to your wife. And then the husband just starts crying. I'm sorry, that's not funny. Men showing their emotions is not funny. However, why are you crying, sir? Yeah, like, come on, man. Go back and go handle that shit with your wife. Don't be crying to another man. Okay, go cry in your car. Okay. So when the husband leaves, he leaves in the car, by the way, with the suicide door, might I add. Doc decides to call Teresa and bring her up to speed with what happened. So we find out that Teresa let him drive her car to work. Well, huh? What does her husband do? Does he be out of town a lot or something? Because how that works, Sway? So Teresa let Doc drive her car to work. And she ain't even tripping on her husband. She was like, you know what? When he get here, just let me deal with him. I'll deal with him how I deal with him. Because she talking like real buck and brave. I'm like, yeah, okay, sis. All right. She must run that shit in that household. So after that conversation, Madam pulls up. And I kind of wanted to mention this, even though the conversation was... Doc really needs to talk about basically catching his first body, but Madam is so damn hard that he don't really have nobody to talk to aside from Midnight. So we see that Doc is still going through that, along with possibly having a baby. So when they get back in the club, we got Trouble. Y'all know Trouble, the lesbian who works at the club. She addresses Madam by like, yo, bitch, like we old friends. Like we friends, like I know you for real, girl. So she basically was like, yo, ain't nobody here. I've been holding the fort down. And then obviously Madam checks that shit. Trouble tries to get out of it. Trouble tries to get out of trouble by flirting with Madam. And I tell you, at the very same time, me and Madam both said, girl, get the fuck out my face. Cause girl, get the fuck out my face with that. Like, who you think you trying to finesse? I'm not one of these little thirsty ass customers up in here. I'm running shit. Fuck you thought. So we get El Fuego storyline for this episode. So while he's in the middle of a dance, he's summoned to go do another dance for a bachelor. When he gets over there, he's not making eye contact, small talk. And then he's acting like it's somebody he knows. I was thinking an ex. So we do indeed find out that it was his ex and she's a bachelorette, which means she's getting married. So he thinks that ex was actually the one, but her family did not like him. They didn't think that he was good enough. And then he was embarrassed that she comes in the strip club and see him dancing. So it's like, damn, it kind of like solidified like maybe he wasn't good enough. So he's venting and telling that to Doc, and Doc just gives him a pep talk like, yo, Fuego, you're not like the rest of us. Like, you don't drink, you don't do drugs, you don't be sleeping with the customers. Like, you have a future ahead of you. So don't think that you ain't shit, my nigga. Like, you the shit, all right? I really appreciated that conversation. And I'm liking that we are seeing more men be vulnerable on TV and expressing their feelings and showing brotherly love to each other, because that's very much so needed, especially in our community. So Madam makes her way back into the office and she finds Dime knocked out. Dime comes to screaming, get off of me, get off of me. I'm like, damn, bitch, how long were you knocked out? It has been at least 2-3 hours. Like, how hard did he hit you? For real. So anyhow, Dime comes to and she tells Madam that Red from the halfway house stole all the money, but she did try to stop him, okay? So Madam is like, look, it's okay. Go get cleaned up and get back to work. Get cleaned up and get back out there. Okay, awesome. So then Madam calls her goon to make sure, get a little update, to make sure that the judge did not call any police, because she's like, good. She's right where I want her. All right. So at the end of the night, all the dancers, they're cashing out or tipping out. And then everybody's checking on Dime. And she's just like, I'm okay. But obviously she's shaken up by what had happened. And then when Midnight comes and checks on her, she's like, hey, Midnight, I want you to walk me to my car tonight. And he's like, okay, yeah, cool, no problem. So when Doc gets to the parking lot, I don't know where the fuck he was going because he definitely had a car took from him. But when he gets to the parking lot, he hears crying. And he goes to check out the noise, and it's the car and a baby and Teresa. Her husband put that ass out. She's about, I don't got nowhere to go. Oh, I thought you was boss, bitch. I thought you was running shit. I thought you was going to deal with your husband how you wanted to deal with your husband, bitch. And now you at Doc door. Yeah, while you thought you was running shit. Look at you. So let's go ahead and get to, I feel like what we were all waiting for with the cliffhanger from season 1. Let's talk about this money that's missing from Eden. So at the end of season 1, y'all know Red came up in a strip club, took Dime to the back, knocked her ass out. She fell against the wall, and all this money comes falling out. Red took the money back to the halfway house. He was thinking it was like, what, $50,000. But when Bill came and saw it, he was like, nah, bro, it's like $2 million. Way more than what they anticipated, all right? So they're thinking about, like, that they want to leave, obviously, but they can't because they're on probation. Duh. They can't because they're on probation or whatever. So they just stashed the money until they could figure out a plan. So they later toast with a beer, and while they're chatting and stuff, Red starts to feel a little sick. And we find out that Bill put something in the beer. I don't know how, because were the tops already popped? I got to go back and look, because I was like, how the fuck that happened? But Bill put something in the drink, and it knocks Red out while Bill takes the money and run. So Madam, after, what's her name? Dime told Madam who had the money. She picks up Blue. She like, on the car ride there, by the way, she was like, hey, Blue, you need to talk to Kat or whatever. Because Kat, y'all know, came over there ranting and raving about how it's Madam's fault and she think that they having sex and shit. So Madam just like, talk to Kat whenever you get home, all right? So she tell Blue about how the money was stolen, and we basically about to go get it back. And y'all already know Blue is down, okay? So when I tell y'all they go up in there, first off, Madam goes up in there, okay? She's shooting everybody. She says, where's Red? Who? Bop! Fuck out of here, nigga. She go in the house. Anybody tell me where Red is? Who? Bop! Do you know where Red is? Who? Bop! If you ain't telling her what she needs to know, she is shooting you. Either if you say who, or if you don't give an answer, she's shooting you. But the joke is, when it comes to the last guy, he's like mouthing like upstairs and like to his ear. And she was like, motherfucker, you can't talk? And then he was still like gesturing, so she shot him. I was like, I think he couldn't hear her. Blue comes back in the room like, hey, what you doing? She was like, these motherfuckers act like they don't know who the fuck Red is. She was like, bitch, half of them is deaf. I was like, oh my gosh, because they point to the sign saying that there's deaf residents, for first responders or whatever. I was like, that is so cruel, but it's so funny. She said, well, they definitely can't hear shit now. When I tell y'all I laughed too hard at that, that was messed up. That was very crude. That was not proper humor, but that shit was funny. So they go upstairs. They're rating the different rooms or whatever. They come to the last room. Blue is like, Madam, stay back because I'm pretty sure he's armed or whatever. She kicks the door in. She shoots and Red shoots back. She was like, oh, shit, he almost shot me. So Madam is like, all right. She go in there with her big-ass gun. I don't know the gun's names, but she goes in there with it. And she just starts shooting up everything. Walls, doors, windows. She just shooting, all right? She does hit Red, though. So he retreats in the bathroom. She was like, throw your gun out. He throws his gun out. They put him in a chair, tie him up. She gives Blue the big gun. She gets the handgun, sits on the bed, opens the dude's legs. I was like, oh, this is not going to be good. Puts the gun on his knee. Where's my money? I don't know. Pop! Puts the gun on the other knee. Where's my money? I don't know. Bop! Bitch. Oh, Blue said, you running out of knees. And then he was like, he don't know where the money is, but he know who has it or whatever. He was like, Bill has it. I don't know. He stole it from me or whatever. She gets some dynamite, lights it, and puts it in between his legs. And he's like, no, I can show you where he's at. I know where he is, though. I know where he is. She was like, baby, you ain't no help to me. So she gets up and walks away. And he does like get the dynamite out his lap, but of course he's tied to the chair, so he falls over and boom, the house blows up. And that's how the episode ends. Be sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay tuned for recap reviews of all the Queen's Men, as well as all the other series regulars that I review as well. Like this video if you enjoyed my commentary, and leave a comment down in the comment section. What was your favorite part of this episode? Because I'm not gonna lie, when it said that the book was adapted into a series by Tyler Perry, I was nervous. I said these scenes are going to be long and drawn out. Y'all know how Tyler Perry get down. But it wasn't that bad. So leave a comment down in the section below. What was your favorite part? Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for episode 2. I'll see y'all next time. It's a date.